Hi everyone, in this video we're looking at the settings in WordPress from an SEO perspective. So if you log into your WordPress website and then down this left hand column you've got a settings section, and what we're looking at the moment is the general settings. So you can see I've got my site title, and usually in WordPress what will happen is that the site title will automatically be put at the end of your SEO title. So you'll have your page title and then you'll have the site title, and the two of those together will end up being the SEO title. You don't even have to have anything in here if you don't want to, but then you also don't have anything written up here, so it makes it harder to click on that section. If you've got the Yoast SEO plugin or some other SEO plugin installed, then what you put in the site title doesn't matter anyway. You can craft your own. When it comes to the URL, you can add www in there or not. Either way, WordPress will refer one version to the other version anyway. And then you put in your email address for notifications. You would put in your time zone as well, so make sure to click on here, and you might have to Google what your time zone is, but here in Australia it is +10. And then you can choose a date format if you want to. That's not going to make much of a big difference. You can choose a time format. That's not going to affect SEO. And then you can change your site language now, so that you can have English United States, English Australia, or English some other country, and then the greeting over here changes. I'm not 100% sure if it also changes the spelling, the way that whether it puts red lines under words from the Australian version compared to the American version. But I figure if you're in Australia, you might as well set it to Australia. So then the next one is the writing section. So usually when you come in here, it will say that the default post category is uncategorized unless the web developer has changed that for some reason. I don't like having an uncategorized section. So like when you come in here, what will happen is that uncategorized is usually down the bottom, and you can't delete it. So what you have to do in order to be able to delete it is, hopefully you'll have like a blog category. And so when you're in this section, you can click on here and you can put blog in there, or whatever you want your default category to be. You save those changes and then you come back to the categories, refresh the categories page. And now the blog is the default one, and uncategorized is now something that you can delete. So just bear in mind that there might have been posts in your uncategorized section, so you might want to change those posts into another section before you delete it. But usually if you don't do that, then WordPress will ask you which category you want those posts to go into. Then the third one along is the reading settings. So in here what you're looking for is, now this particular website hasn't been set live to the search engines yet, so I have ticked that box because I don't want anyone to search in Google and find this website yet. So if you do, however, want everybody to find your website, then you want to make sure that that box is unticked. Otherwise, if that box is still ticked, then it means that your website's been blocked from Google and other search engines. Okay, so the next one is your discussion settings. Now, personally, I don't want to attempt to notify other blogs if I link to them, and I don't want pingbacks and trackbacks from other websites or from things that I've posted. it tends to, in my opinion, it tends to make the blog posts look ugly. So I don't mind if people want to post a comment, but I want to make sure that they're going to fill in their name and email, and every comment must be manually approved. So definitely tick that box to make sure that I have to manually approve it. You can decide whether you want to be emailed whenever there's a comment posted. But that way you get to make sure that your comments that you don't have a whole range of spam comments that are getting published on your website, because that can definitely negatively impact the SEO on your website. Then we've got this one here, permalinks. So this is the structure for how you want your links to look like. And so in this particular website, I've said that I always want it to be the domain name and then the post's name. Now, on each individual page, you can change that and modify it to what you want it to be. In some instances, what people might put is category and then post name. And that way, and then you have you can decide what you want the category base to be. But if you wanted to have category post name, then what that will do is your blog will have category blog, and every category within your, if we go back to the categories here, it will say like solar energy and then the name of the blog post, blog and then the name of the blog post. So it's really up to you. There's lots of debate around which way that it should ideally be for a blog. We know that Google takes more notice if it's a top level page, but in WordPress I'm sure Google can also tell whether something's a blog post even if it doesn't have /blog/ whatever the name of the post is. So if you've got any questions about that, then please do let me know by writing in the comments below or contacting me through my website. And I hope that you found that useful.